Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Eagles Gymnasium for the final home game of the year. This is Jim Nelson with Frank Winkle, minus Neil Schaefer tonight, which means keeping stats is going to be a questionable business. And we're here, Frank, with the Eagles game with the Ghosts of Abington. This is kind of a strange game. The playoffs have been set. We're going to be playing Methacton this Friday night, the winner of that game to go up against Plymouth Whitemarsh. Abington has the third seed in the area, so they're very well respected. And from some standpoints, this is a meaningless game, but I don't think that we in particular can view this as a meaningless game. Do you?
Jim, it is not a meaningless game for the Eagles. They have somewhat of a winning streak going, but they're still questionable. They beat CB East their last game, but CB East was missing a starter. They beat William Tennant last week, but William Tennant was missing one of their best players. So in some ways, the Eagles are still a question mark going into the playoffs. They seem to have it all together now, but I think tonight's game will tell the tale. I think this is a game they have to win. For Abington, it's always nice to beat Norristown, but it's a big game for the Eagles.
Very nice ceremony going on in front of us, which has become a tradition with flowers being presented to the parents of our seniors. And it's nice to honor the seniors. And also a special ceremony to Lofton Thompson, who is being awarded a ball for having scored 1,000 points. I notice Lofton has accepted a situation down in North Carolina State, I believe, hasn't he, as a defensive back?
Yeah, the big scholarship is for football. Whether he'll attempt to play basketball down there or not, I don't know. But I think they expect him to be a defensive football player.
Yeah, that would be very rare, I would think, that they would allow him to play second sport. You don't see too much of that.
And that's a shame about college sports today. It used to be you could play 2, sometimes 3 sports at a college, and now you're expected to pick one sport and play it year-round. In the off-season, you're expected to just work at that sport. And frankly, I don't like that.
Again, the presentation that you maybe are hearing is a presentation to Lofton Thompson for having scored 1,000 points, a real honor for any high school basketball player. I think, Frank, one of the problems you run into at that college level is so much emphasis is put on each individual sport that each coach is unwilling to let his or her player go, to any other sport.
Well, that's certainly true of the big universities. Some of the smaller college divisions, you can play more than one sport. Before the game starts, I'd like to congratulate our wrestling team, who was voted by the Philadelphia Inquirer as the #1 team in the Delaware Valley region. The team was undefeated for the whole season, and we'd like to congratulate our wrestling team, and I guess I should put a plug in for our bowling team. Our bowling team tied for the #1 in their division.
Now, I was talking to some people before the game, and the wrestling program that Coach Steve Harner has put together is an extremely impressive program. They, for the last few years, have been right at the top of the scale in Philadelphia, and you know how competitive wrestling is. Now, the interesting thing is going to be to see what happens when our team this year goes out into the district and the regionals, because as good as the teams are around here, the teams up in the eastern area in Northampton and those places take their wrestling extremely seriously.
But, the amazing thing is, Jim, Steve Harner did that practically by himself. He built the program from just about from scratch and did it all by himself. I mean, he deserves as much credit as you can give a coach.
Well, he has a lot of help now with people who have donated their time. Coach McCarthy is invaluable. And the other thing, I think they've built a good youth program. I remember when I coached soccer, and this was a long time ago, it became a year-round thing. I had kids playing down in Marple Newtown in the summer, and in the winter, we played in Philadelphia. I can remember being out one day in an ice storm playing, and we were terrible. I mean, we got killed. but it was the only way to get better. You had to keep the kids playing year-round, and this is what's happening now. And this is what Coach Harner has done with his wrestling program, and I think it's one of the reasons why it has done so well. We've not seen Abington this year, Frank. I'm going to be very interested. This is a team that is seated right behind Plymouth Whitemarsh and Glen Mills. So we should certainly expect a lot from this Abington team, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I would think so. As there is every year, there was some complaints about the seeding. But one thing they do I like. If a team wins their division, they try to make their first game a home game, no matter how bad they are. Even though it might be a weak division and teams from other divisions have beat them, I think the winner of a division deserves a home game. And a lot of coaches don't like that.
Yeah, we certainly know it would have been nice for us to get seated one spot above, because then we would have gotten that home game. And we also would have gotten, well, we still might have been in with Plymouth Whitemarsh. We couldn't have avoided them.
But as I said earlier, our team is still a question mark. Tonight's game will tell us quite a bit.
Starting lineups are being announced. Abington will open with a 5'11" junior, Mike Sullivan, number 12. Number 15, probably their best player and high scorer, 6'2" senior, number 15, Corey Kahn. They will also go with number 22, John Connor, 6'1" sophomore. Number 42, 6'4" Steve Downs. And it's supposed to be number 51, 6'6" senior Keith Dinkins. I'm not sure he was announced. And you know, Frank, Abington does not have that old a team. They have 3 of their starters coming back next year, but 2 of the best players, of course, Keith Dinkins and Corey Kahn, will be missing next year.
And Jim, they're not a big team. I have to think they must win on finesse, because they certainly aren't a big team.
Well, we'll certainly find out. Eagles opening with Ed Moore, 6'8" 11th grader, number 21. Andy James, 6'1" 11th grader, number 23. Lofton Thompson, 6 foot, 12th grader, number 24. Eric Wiggins, 6'1" 10th grader, number 31. And the real revelation for the Eagles, number 4, 5'9" 9th grader, Marcus Green.
Now our national anthem. Smith singing our national anthem.
Nice try, Frank. She only performs at Flyers games. We all know that. Handling the technical part of the game for us tonight is one of our seniors, Amy Smith. Very fine young lady. I had the honor of having her in class. Amy knows I'm going to kid her, because she is a little misguided, because she still remains a Philadelphia Phillies fan no matter what happens.
Tonight's officials are John Orminski and Tom Brady.
Abington out with Sullivan, Kahn, Connor, Downs, Dinkins. Dinkins 51, Downs 42, Connor 22, Con 15, Sullivan 12. And if I get a little lost tonight, Frank, you have to forgive me because I'm trying to keep score at the same time I'm doing the game.
I don't believe you're going to even try.
I'm not sure how good I'm going to be at this. Ball controlled. It's in the hands. This is Sullivan outside. What kind of defense do we have, Frank? Eagles in a zone.
Yeah, they're playing a 2-3, it looks like.
Green and James out front chasing. This is Sullivan. 42 down in the corner is Downs. Con's up high. Ball is over to Cons. This is Sullivan. Finds underneath. Shot missed. Ball comes up. This is Wiggins out to Green. Green to Wiggins. Wiggins with a short jumper. In and out. Battle for the ball. Comes off. Dinkins with a rebound. And down here, this is Con and Sullivan outside. Sullivan bounce pass to Dinkins. Dinkins feeds in. We have the jumper no. Lofton Thompson with a rebound for the Eagles. There goes Green.
Oh, a nice
Green on the
move
drive
by
underneath.
Green.
Marcus Green.
Marcus Green, a freshman.
Strong move underneath. Abington coming down quickly. On the drive, there's number 22, Connor.
Looks like Norristown's defense is going to pack it in underneath. They're going to be willing to give Abington the outside shot for a while, I suppose, to see what happens. Jim, wasn't that a nice layup, nice move by Marcus Green? Looked like the man was with him all the way, and he's just an amazing ball player for a 9th grader.
That foul was on Wiggins. This is Connor. John Connor's a 6' 1" sophomore for Abington. Ready with a second. It's up. Round the rim. No good. Rebound comes off Thompson with his second rebound. Eagles coming back. Green over to Thompson. Abington also playing a zone. Looks like maybe a
They're playing a 1-3-1, looks like.
There goes Green to Thompson. Back to Green. Over to Thompson. Wiggins is to the right of Thompson. Thompson finds James. James moves for the 3. Backs off. Launches. No. Air ball. Ball controlled by Downs. Downs gives it to Con. Corey Con, Abington's high scorer, comes across to Sullivan. Bounce pass to Dinkins. Ball hit off his leg. Taken away by James. Both teams a little tentative and a little sloppy here in the early going. Green outside. Over to Thompson. Thompson to Green. Green out to Thompson. To James. To Thompson. Thompson with a move. Nothing there. Back to James. James bounces to Green. Green on the move. Launches a shot. He's got it.
Oh. I think he was a little surprised that went in. There was a big smile on his face after that one.
That's one of those shots you know you're going to get fouled, so you might as well throw the ball up because something good may happen.
Green with all 5 Norristown points. 5-1 Norristown lead.
Ball down court. This is Con. Con to Sullivan. Ball comes outside to Con again. Con launches a long 3. No. Rebound battle controlled by Green. Green coming up, not wasting any time to Thompson. Eagles are up by 4 in the early going. Eddie Moore loses the ball. Might have been hit out of his hand. Green on the drive all the way. No, nothing there. Battle. Eddie Moore with an offensive rebound. Out to Thompson. No. That's foul underneath.
Foul is one.
Foul's the second foul on Wiggins. We have an Eagles substitution. Dwight Johnson coming in for Wiggins. Wiggins with 2 fouls in the early going.
Eagles going to full court press here.
Norristown 5, Abington 1. 5 minutes, coming down to 5:15. Con beats the press, almost goes out of bounds. Finds Sullivan. Left-hand jumper, no. Rebound controlled by Thompson. His 3rd rebound. Lofton Thompson back with a jumper. He's got it. Eagles 7, Abington 1. Eagles off to a good start tonight. Full court pressure. Ball comes up to Con from Downs. Con on the move. Underneath Dinkins with a spin. Round, no. Rebound, number 42, Steve Downs, 6'4" junior, green back quickly for the Eagles. Coming back to Thompson. Thompson, pass too high for DeWad Johnson, goes out of bounds.
Score is 7-3 Norristown. Norristown giving up the press, falling back into a zone. Looks like a 1-2-2
Downs
zone.
finds Dickens at the foul line. He gives over. This is Connor launching a two-pointer. He's got it. Abington trails by 2. Abington with some full court pressure. Ball comes to Eddie Moore. Moore gives to Green. Green to James. James in the move over to Thompson. Thompson fakes on the drive underneath. Yes. Lofton Thompson with 4. Eagles by 4. Kahn comes back over to Sullivan. Sullivan on the drive back to Kahn. Kahn, nice pass by Kahn to Connor underneath. Connor goes up for the shot, loses the ball. 4 minutes left exactly. Abington with full court pressure. Ball in the hand of Marcus Green. To James, cross court to Thompson. To Green. Eagles will break the press fairly easily.
Oh, a nice move in there.
DeWad Johnson just in for the Eagles. Scores his first 2. The Eagles are upward by 6. The Eagles look content to move the ball around. Here comes Dinkins. Dinkins moving on Moore. Jumper no, rebound Eddie Moore. Second rebound for Red. This is Thompson. Thompson with a jumper, yes. Lofton Thompson from the outside. Eagles by 8.
Eagles showing some pretty consistent teamwork so far.
Ball goes cross court. Bad pass that time. Judgment by Sullivan. DeWad Johnson with his steal. Thompson no. Johnson with the rebound. Ball blocked by Dinkins.
And I thought that was a good call. Green pushed into the man. Marcus Green's first foul. Team foul number 3 for the Eagles. Score is 13-5. 2:52 left in the quarter.
Number 55, Marcus Hoover, comes in, 6'4" senior, and he looks like he might have played some football, Frank.
Yeah, he's a pretty big boy.
Pretty good size. This is Sullivan, bounce pass to Dinkins. Dinkins looks for Hoover, nothing there, back to Kahn. Kahn up high, over to Sullivan. Bounce pass in, stolen away by James. Second time in a row that Sullivan has lost the ball. Somebody up off the bench for Abington. It wouldn't surprise me to see Sullivan coming out. Thompson from in the corner with a jumper. He's got it.
3 points.
Lofton Thompson with 9. Eagles out to an 11-point lead. You remember, Frank, this is supposedly the 3rd best team in the district. This is Sullivan.
Yeah, Jim, they're trying to get the ball inside. Well, there's a long outside
Corey
shot.
Kahn, no. Eddie Moore on the rebound.
The Eagles seem content to give him the outside shot, but Abington doesn't want to take it. They want to get the ball inside.
One shot. There's James from the corner. No. Rebound Thompson. Thompson with a jumper. Yes.
And Thompson having a real good night so far.
1:50 left. Corey Kahn coming back to Hoover. Hoover in the corner. This is Connor. Back to Kahn. Kahn to Sullivan. Sullivan on the drive. Another left. They got a lot of left-handers, you know, Frank? This is Marcus Green controlling the ball. On the move. Green will back out. Finds Moore. Moore to Thompson.
Nice move by Green. He saw he couldn't take the ball in.
Thompson on the drive. Nothing there. Gives to Green. Green on the move. On shot. Let's see who the foul is on.
Green upset that it didn't go in.
That's a bad foul, though, because that Marcus Green's second foul.
That's his second. And, you know, he seems to control the pace of the game.
And up off the bench is number 11, Marcus Holland, 5'9" senior. Number 31, Eric Wiggins, comes back in. I'm not sure who's going out. Eagles have... Who went out? Lofton Thompson. This is number 32 for Abington. It's Chris Bickley.
I wonder if they'll keep Marcus Green out for the rest of the half. It's 1:12 left in the first quarter. Eagles have an 18-5 lead.
Who was the foul on? Who was that foul on?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
This is Dinkins. Chris Garrett in for Moore.
I suspect the foul must have been on Moore if they took him out.
Number 41, Brad Weldon, has come in for the Eagles. And the Eagles are getting themselves in some foul trouble here. Dinkins makes the second one. I've given up trying to keep foul tries shot and made, Frank. Can't do it. This is James. Abington with pressure. Ball stolen away in the hands of Kahn. Kahn launches a jumper, no, and he's having a tough night. Big rebound by Johnson. Here comes Holland, back quickly. Bickley, number 32, on him. Ball goes in, Johnson, ball taken away.
And I guess I hope it's a jump ball or walking.
Possession error in favor of the Eagles. I would expect the Eagles with 45 seconds left, Frank, maybe to be content to hold it for a last shot.
If I'm Abington, without Marcus Green in there, I'm going to press the Eagles.
Eagles outside with James and Holland. Abington still in their zone.
Coach McGee saying to hold the ball.
Sure, you knew that. This is Holland. Holland to Weldon. Weldon to Holland. Holland to Weldon. Weldon back to Holland. The Eagles perfect. You know, Frank, I think Abington may have more fans than the Eagles have here tonight.
Oh, they do. Behind us, there are, I would say it's at least 2-1.
This is Holland. We're coming down toward the 10-second mark. Eagles will start moving, looking for a shot. Here goes James on the drive. And we have a walk with 5.4 seconds left. Abington will get the ball trailing by 11.
I don't know why James did that. He didn't have a lane to
Smart move. Eagles going to put full court pressure on. This is Kahn. Kahn to Bickley. Bickley launches a shot. No. And at the end of the first quarter, it's Norristown 18, Abington 7. As the Eagles put on a very good show here in the first quarter, led by Lofton Thompson's 11 points and 4